Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sam.
Hi, Rebecca.
Thanks for joining us for Click Play Now, our watch-along series. Today we're watching Bojack Horseman Season 4, Episode 8.
This is not just a reaction video, it's a watch along, so we'll click play on our copy, you click play on your copy, and we'll kind of watch along together. We'll comment as we go, and if you have any thoughts, comments, or you want to tell us how wrong we are, leave them below. We read everything, we try to respond to most things, eventually.
If you don't want to watch the whole episode along with us right now, you can use the chapter time codes at the bottom of the screen to skip ahead to our discussion at the end of the episode.
And if you're enjoying what we're doing and you want to support us, feel free to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, leave us a comment, all that jazz. Check out the link below.
The subscribe button will help us out, especially right now, because we are getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers, which is a pretty exciting milestone for us.
And if you'd like to see a film that we made, check it out here, and let us know what you think.
Last time on the show, we spent the whole episode underground.
Yeah, it's a little terrifying.
And Princess Carolyn pulled out her manager skills.
Yeah.
And got the ant army to lift the house back up to the surface.
Man, Princess Carolyn does not get enough credit. She solves a lot of things.
Yeah, no kidding, right? And just for fun, Todd spent the episode in a towel.
He's so funny. He's such a fun character.
Yeah.
Most of the time, he's just sort of hovering on the outskirts, making crazy comments, into some sort of trouble, but never permanent.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
Yeah. He seems like he'd be like a really supportive friend.
Yeah.
You know, who's just like, he's like that guy that you like having around because you feel encouraged and supported and is like willing to like believe in you.
If I could have one friend from Bojack Horseman, it would be Todd.
Yeah.
I think. Second down would probably be Princess Carolyn. But you gotta have those Bojacks around too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about balance.
Right.
Like you've talked about in shows, there's a delicate balance of the type of characters you have. And I think the same is true in real life and in your
Right.
social circle. You want to have a good balance of different kinds of people because that way we all can bring out the best in each other.
Yeah. I would say something crazy and Todd would be like, that sounds like a great idea. And Bojack would be like, what?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
You gotta have this balance.
Right. Well, if you guys are all queued up for Bojack Horseman Season 4, Episode 8, click play now. Netflix. Original series.
YouTube star maps. Oh my gosh.
Aw. Oh my gosh.
What? The booties hit the floor.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Theme song.
Does he not read what he signs?
Oh my gosh. Come on.
I mean, I know. How long have we known Bojack?
Yeah.
But still, man.
Oh my gosh.
I'm always surprised I feel like I know a handful of actors who will sign up for things before they read the script. And I'm always a little shocked.
Yeah.
Like, don't you want to know what you're doing first? What if it's something you...
Like you personally know?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah. There's the sax. And we're back.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Oh man. Aw.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Eh.
Aw.
Ken Roosevelt. Has he been shirtless a lot more recently? It's always uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh. Must be in his contract.
Oh my gosh, so many bad things.
Stilton Manor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Man. Uh.
What? Oh man.
Oh my gosh. I haven't seen her in a little bit. Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh.
Frogger.
Oh no.
No.
Oh man.
Oh. It's uncomfortable. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Oh man.
Hmm. 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 glad Diana's getting to relax a little.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Mm. Wow. Mm. Oh, it's awful.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Ugh. Ugh.
Oh my gosh. Credits. It seems like we've been seeing more and more of these nice little conversations from Bojack recently. He's saying stuff that's meaningful. He's saying stuff that's like helpful. He's not like, kind. He's not sticking his foot in his mouth as much.
Yeah.
It's been cool to see.
In a way, Hollyhock has similar problems to Bojack.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine he sees a lot of himself in her.
Right.
And I wonder if that's helping him get a hold of his own neuroses.
Mm-hmm.
Of like just seeing his daughter and saying the things that maybe he wished someone had said to him.
Yeah.
I wonder if it can help heal his heart a little bit as well. So disappointed in Miles.
Hmm.
I feel like that was a nice reveal, though.
Mm-hmm.
That it wasn't about sex for him.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like he was just gonna sleep around with anybody.
Yeah.
It was that it was about power and trying to get to Bojack.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yikes, man. Like that. If anything, that's almost worse.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice narrative structure
Mm.
because it's a nice setup where Bojack feels jealous or insecure that like something could be getting in the way of like him and Hollyhock.
Yeah.
And then for him to find out that like he could be the thing getting in the way of him and Hollyhock,
Yeah.
you know, through this sort of like power reach sort of thing of like,
Right.
I'm just trying to get my script to Bojack. It's a very nice sort of like structural turn, because then I feel like it removes the sense of like jealousy that he has, right? Like when it's somebody else, then like there's that feeling of like, oh, I'm jealous of like some other thing.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden like that attention is like pointed towards him. And it's cool because again, you know, just like seeing like the different person he's like growing to become from season 1. Maybe in season 1 he would have gotten sort of tripped up by the opportunity of like receiving that sort of like praise and like, you know, like, oh my gosh, like this kid wants to like do whatever he can to get to me.
Right.
Like, how cool am I?
Right.
But we didn't see any of that in this situation.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to see that change.
Yeah. I thought can you call it interracial relationship?
Intercultural? I guess they're different species.
They are actually more interracial.
Yeah.
Like humans don't actually have different races. We just think we do.
Uh-huh.
We're actually very interrelated.
Yeah.
But they are interspecial.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had a couple jokes about like cat and mouse relationships and that being funny, but never really like really strongly pointed it out. Like you guys are from different cultures.
Right.
It was interesting to watch that sort of classic rich, bougie Emily Gilmore family. That's my connection to like wealthy families is Emily Gilmore.
Sure.
Just say the most awful things. For me, the interesting thing was to watch how Ralph responded to it. Because, like, his family's gonna do the thing his family has done forever. They're not gonna think about what they're saying or what it means to people outside their species. That's whatever. And Princess Carolyn, of course, is gonna be offended. I think rightfully so. Like, yeah, not all cats are like that. We do take baths. But it's interesting to see Ralph and his sort of realization of, like, these things that were normal as he grew up that he probably didn't think twice of because he grew up in that section, right? And then all of a sudden he's with a person that's making him rethink the things he grew up with. And you have that moment of like, oh, I did not remember that was in there.
Yeah.
And realizing how messed up some of that can be before you might not see it. Yeah, it was just interesting to watch him respond.
Yeah, I thought they did a good and fun job of sort of portraying, obviously, in this very cartoon caricature, like, different world, you know, where you have, like, cat people and mouse people.
Right.
But that at the same time, as sort of, like, zany as it was, at the same time, looks very similar to probably so many dating relationships, right? And, like you don't have to be from different species or like ethnicities to, I think, experience something like that, right? It's just like, it's just every family has its own like family unit culture.
Right.
And I think on some degree, experience is the sort of like, oh, you guys do things differently. I didn't know people did things the way you do things.
Right.
And it goes both ways.
And sometimes it's harmless. It just takes a little getting used to. And sometimes it's less harmless, like in this situation. The nice thing about Bojack is because they're zany, they have a unique way of sort of addressing these issues. You being able to watch something that normally you would never want to laugh at, but being able to have a moment of like laughter of like, oh, this is a funny situation, but it also brings home the point a little deeper.
Yeah.
There's something about telling stories through humor that I feel like gets to people more than just being like, this is a terrible situation and we have to do something about it. Like, well, yeah, but sometimes it's hard to communicate that. And sometimes a story told with humor can get the point across better.
Yeah, I think like comedy is disarming. Like done in the right way, of course. Just about anything can be done in the wrong way, I guess. But yeah, like tactful, nicely done humor can be a nice device for bringing walls down.
Yeah. We've talked before, we haven't really seen any interracial children, right? They're always only one species or the other.
Yeah.
There's no blends.
Yeah.
But in this sort of a situation, it would be interesting to have a half cat, half mouse. And like, how would that child be treated? How would his family treat that child? And what, like, the way that would play out would be interesting to watch.
Often those are the sorts of things that like turn cultures. Like I feel like those are the sorts of things that you could see Ralph's family coming around and becoming more like aware and observant, right? Like Ralph only became aware of like, oh, that's part of the song, because he had the opportunity to kind of like take time away from it and step out of it, that when he came back he saw it a little bit more like objectively.
Right. When his girlfriend is a cat right next to him. Right.
Versus like the rest of his family, it seems like didn't experience that or go through that sort of journey or that process. And so they're still in their own world doing their own thing. But like once they have a grandkid / like niece, nephew, whatever, I imagine that like shakes things up. And even I feel like we potentially saw a little bit of that at the beginning of their time with the family, with how Ralph's dad was just like very like open and warm and accepting of Princess Carolyn. Like maybe that was just sort of like, you know, proper manners.
Sure.
But I feel like oftentimes you see it where they're just not like putting the two categories together. I feel like they could totally be like, Princess Carolyn, so glad you joined us. Like, we're happy to have an extra guest for our festivities and be singing the song and like never connect the dots.
Right. That's the problem. It's the lack of connecting the dots and realizing that what you're doing is hurting other people. The mouse family may live in a completely all mouse community.
Right.
And never have thought at all about, and maybe their community got massacred by a cat like 200 years ago, and they've just never stopped to think about what the implications of what they're saying now are.
200 years later.
Right. You got to think about those things.
Well, guys, as always, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching along. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps us out, especially as we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers here. We're very excited to hit that milestone.
And we'll see you next week for another episode of Bojack Horseman.